Hi, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I have for us to do the parquet stitch. This is a really easy beginner-friendly stitch. It's only a 2-row repeat. We have a single crochet and chain stitch row and double crochet row. So we can do it in 2 ways. We can change colors. This is changing colors every row, but you don't have to change colors every row. You can change colors however many times you want to. Or you can do it all in a solid color, just not changing colors at all. So let's turn the camera around, take a good look at these 2 swatches again, and let's start working the parquet stitch. Here's an up-close look at these swatches. As you can see, here's the one with the color changes. Looks super, super nice, super pretty. I love the way it looks when you change colors every row. Almost looks like little rows of flowers. I really like the way this looks. I think this would be really great for a blanket or maybe even a scarf. I think it looks super cute. And then here is the solid color. And again, I think this would also look nice as a blanket or a scarf or even a hat. I think it would look great. So here is the solid color. So today we're going to work on the solid color swatch. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside and get out our yarn. Today I'm going to be using some worsted weight yarn and a J 6.0 millimeter hook. It doesn't matter what size yarn you use or what size hook, as long as your hook and your yarn match. So the parquet stitch, let me just drop this down a little bit for you, is done in a multiple of 3 plus 2. What that means is you just start chaining in sets of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you just keep going in sets of 3 until you get the length that you desire for your project. So just keep chaining in sets of 3. And then once you get as long as you want your project to be, you're going to add 2 more chains on. So that's what it means when you have a multiple and then plus 2 or plus 3 plus 4. So parquet stitch is a multiple of 3 plus 2. So for today's tutorial, we are going to use a chain of 26. That is 24 plus 2 chains for the turning chain. So once you get your chain of 26, come on back and we'll start the parquet stitch. Now that we have our chain of 26, we're ready to start row 1. Row 1 are going to be our base row. Super easy. We're going to start second chain from hook. The loop on our hook does not count as a stitch, so we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to start in the second chain right here with a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and single crochet in the next chain. And we're going to repeat that all the way across. So chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and single crochet. Easy peasy. So continue working that all the way to the end of the row. Your last stitch should be in the last chain as a single crochet. I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. So we're at the end of row 1, and let me just pop out my hook here for a second. This is what your work should be looking like. To start row 2, we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work. this chain 3 will count as a stitch, and in this very first stitch right here, right where the chain 3 is coming out of, we're going to place a double crochet. We're going to skip the chain space and go right to the single crochet and place 3 double crochets into that same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Skip the next chain space into the next stitch, which is that single crochet from the row 1, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. One more time. We're going to skip the next chain space and put 3 double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, and 3. So continue working this pattern where we skip the chain space and 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip the chain space, 3 double crochets into the next stitch, all the way across the row till you get to the last stitch. That last single crochet, you're going to place 2 double crochets. I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. I'm at the end of row 2. I'm going to pop my hook out here, and this is what your work should be looking like. So you're going to end the row with 2 double crochets, and you start the row with 2 double crochets. To start row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn the work, and we're going to place a single crochet right into that first stitch right there. Chain 2, and we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the next stitch, which will be in the center of the 3 stitch fan. We're going to put a single crochet. Chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and again we're in that center of the fan. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, in the center stitch, single crochet. So please continue that all the way across the row, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. We're at the end of row 3, and we're going to skip 2 stitches because we've chained 2. So 1, 2, and then we're going to single crochet in the top of that turning chain. So you're going to make sure you go 1, 2, 3 into the top of that turning chain. So it might be a little fiddly to get into, but I like to try to get into both of those. There we go. Both threads of that turning chain right there. And single crochet. And this is what it'll look like. So from here on out, you're going to just repeat row 2, row 3, row 2, row 3 for however long you want your project. So let me just bring out the other examples again. So here is our solid, which looks just like what we are working on. This is a little bit tighter of a stitch because I was using a smaller hook when I made this example. I used a larger hook so that you could see the stitches better. And then here's our example when we are changing colors. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you won't miss any of my tutorials. Thanks for watching and happy crocheting! Bye-bye!